Let's see. Double check everything. Okay, great. All right. Oops. Okay, guys. For what to expect this week, this is going to be from roughly the 17th to about the 23rd, I believe, give or take, few days. I mean, time is fluid. What is time? Okay. We have the new year this week because we enter into Aries season. So it is the true new year, the true astrological new year. We can tell we have actual evidence of that because spring is when everything starts to bloom again. Life, wakes up. Nature wakes up. Nature, flows again, grows again. And so we are in flow with nature when we acknowledge that that is the actual new year, and it will probably make you feel a lot better about any of the aspirations you may have had, and any of you who may have made like New Year's resolutions and things like that. You actually might want to try to do that during this time, as we are approaching Aries season. Okay, this will be the last reading that I will start with Pisces until we reach your season again, Pisces. So this is the last one that I will start with you guys, and we will end with Aquarius. All right. I kind of just want to get into it. It's not a very like action oriented week, but we do have the sun. I feel like the sun is where we need to focus this week. It's a major player. Because the sun conjuncts a lot this week, is doing a lot, and the sun is like the essence of who we are. It's the truth. I also think a big theme that's going to be woven throughout the readings collectively is final endings. Okay, why do I say that? Because Neptune is at 27 degrees right now. I'm looking, I have my chart over here. Neptune is at 27 degrees right now, closely approaching that anaretic degree of 29 degrees, where a lot of endings will take place. Excuse me, Neptune is at 29 degrees. I'm so sorry, I'm looking at the north node. North node is at 27 degrees. Neptune is at 29 degrees. Okay, so the sun is conjuncting Neptune. We are getting some big burst of truths. And these truths I don't think are anything new, because Neptune is at the 29th degree. I think because Neptune is so close, like y'all really, really understand this. This is not just Neptune. Oh, Neptune's just at the end of a sign. It's going to a different sign. Neptune is at the end of the entire zodiac. Okay, Pisces is the last sign. Pisces is the feet. Pisces is where things go to die. It's where things go to transform. This is not just Neptune going, moseying into another sign. Neptune is at the end of the zodiac. Okay, so essentially Neptune is starting like fresh, you know, at when it enters into Aries at 0 degrees. Okay, so these are big culminating endings. This is not just Neptune moseying out of Pisces. Like, no, like and conjuncting the sun highlights things. The sun is most definitely highlighting something that I feel like Neptune has been moving us through the whole time it's been in Pisces, and especially as it's been nearing the end of it. So I do expect that to be a big theme collectively in everybody's individual readings. There are endings that are happening, and with the Neptunian aspect is endings that I feel like we've been trying to grasp, we've been trying to wrap our heads around, our minds around for a very long time. And I feel like this week really, really does it with that, with this Neptune at 29 degrees, because the day after we had the partial solar eclipse in Aries, the day after that, Neptune goes into Aries. And then remember when we had the lunar eclipse that we're still kind of in Virgo, the day after that, the ruler of that eclipse went retrograde, Mercury. Okay, so we are really meant to pay attention during these times. This is not, we've not lived through this at any point in our lifetime. These are uncharted territories, okay? So pay attention to the endings, okay, that Neptune is bringing in with the sun. All right, I'm gonna start with Pisces. I'm gonna go ahead and get it rolling. Okay, so we got Pisces up there. I have your chart, Pisces. If you're a Pisces rising, this chart will probably be more accurate. Not to say it won't be accurate for any of your other placements, okay? Pisces, you could really be doing a lot of thinking about what you earn, your earning potential, your earning power, right? I'm looking at these retrogrades in your second house of self-worth. Um, And again, you've had this stellium in your first house of you. So it feels like a lot, everything about you is changing. A lot about you is changing. A lot of your relationships are changing. You just eclipsed out some things in that seventh house of one-on-one relationships, even contracts, okay? I would not be surprised if some of you were maybe re-evaluating contracts that you have had, okay? Because Venus retrograde also rules your eighth house of contracts, and then you just had the eclipse in your seventh house. You could be rethinking contracts, maybe wanting to go in and renegotiate at another time, a later time when things go direct. You could also be re-evaluating any shared resources or shared spaces that you have with another person, okay? All right, hold on, y'all. Let me get these bots and trolls up out of here. Okay, let's see. I think that did it. Okay, perfect. That did it. All right, sorry about that, guys. They seem to come like when the live first starts, and then you get them out of here and everything's good. All right, let's get Jack Brunson up out of here. All right. And they're gone. Voila. Okay. So yeah, you could be reevaluating a lot of stuff, and I feel like a lot of it for you, Pisces, has a lot to do with your relationships, your environment, the people around you. Because I'm just looking at your seventh house. Your third house is also about community, and that's where Venus also rules for you. Let's get into the cards. Okay. Four of Wands in reverse. Boom. And the Ten of Wands. So something about relationships that have seemed or been very foundational for you. They're up for review. Some of them are being eclipsed out, have been eclipsed out, will be eclipsed out over the next 6 months. Okay, you have the Four of Swords as the challenge possibly for the week. And what's the guidance here for Piscean energy? Judgment in reverse. So that's Scorpio energy, and the only major arcana out here. King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So there is some definite review type of energy. You have Judgment in reverse. So I feel like a lot of you will definitely be mulling over past decisions, okay? Clarify the Four of Wands in reverse, please. You have the Hierophant, that's Taurus. The Queen of Swords. Ooh. And the Seven of Wands. I feel like a lot of you too are giving back other people's baggage. So you're giving people their responsibilities back, because what I'm picking up on is for a lot of you Pisceans, you could have really been carrying a lot of other people's responsibilities, expectations, all of that on your back, and maybe even equating that to your worth in some way, shape, or form. Like, I am only as good as how many people I can help or what I can do for other people, things like that. Clarify the Four of Swords, please. The Six of Swords, the Seven of Cups. I like that. And the Five of Pentacles, but it's posing as it might pose as a challenge for you this week. And that is really leaving people to their own vices, okay? The Four of Swords, Six of Swords, Seven of Cups, Five of Pentacles. It's really leaving people to their own shit. And this is what I be telling y'all about, giving people their baggage back, okay? You have the South Node in your seventh house of one-on-one relationships and other people. That means that wherever the South Node is in our chart is too heavy. We have to transmute this energy. We have to alchemize it. So there is something about one-on-one relationships. There is something about contracts. There is something about maybe clients that you have, okay, that might be taxing on your energy, that has come to be very draining, okay? So I feel like for some of you this week, there could be some either actual contracts and stuff that you are reviewing that you might be considering changing your mind about. If it's not in your face with the contracts, I feel like this is an internal process that's going on. Okay, and remember what I said. I don't know if y'all was in the Venus the Venus retrograde love readings. But one thing that I said, especially with Mercury now doing this dance with Venus, they're retrograding through the same degrees, is you must give yourself space and room to change your mind, and other people that you deal with space and room to change their mind, because we in that season, and we are in eclipse season where drastic changes can happen with these retrogrades. Okay, let's clarify your guidance before we wrap up. You have the Lovers, that's Gemini, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Swords. I'm hearing that I love me enough for the both of us, but I'm hearing it in like reverse. Like I don't, like I can't love me enough for the both of us. I can't, how can I put that? Like if you're dealing with someone who constantly needs you to be their cheerleader, constantly needs you to um show them how much they're loved and things like that. This is what I'm saying about giving other people their baggage back. It's not that we can't support them, but we can't do it to our own fault. We can't do it to our own detriment. Okay. And so that's what I'm getting for you, Pisceans. Give me one more. So what is do? Yeah. And the Knight of Wands here. I also feel like last thing for this week, Pisceans, there can be many things that want your attention, but with the Knight of Wands, I feel like you're being asked to only go towards the things, right? Because the Seven of Cups here, yeah. That's is part of the challenge. So it's like you need to only be going towards things that you actually want to do, that you're actually inspired to do, that make you feel creative, that make you feel in flow. Not this. So you might resonate more with what not to do, and that is not coming out of your rest, your ease, your flow, the messages that your intuition has been giving you, not coming out of that because you think you're supposed to, right? Because you are attached to your titles, because you're attached to your roles, right? Well, I have to do this. Well, what are they gonna do? I would say the only exception I would put in that rule, I mean, our children, right? Our people who are literally maybe not able to care for themselves, and you got to care for them, okay? Other than that, Pisces, I feel like you really need to be honing in on your own energy. And this has a lot to do with your self-worth, and a lot to do with what you think you deserve and what you think you can earn in this lifetime. Okay, and it is not attached to what you can do for others, or how much you can do, or how tired you can be, or how hard. It is not attached to any of that. It's not attached to any of that. Okay, so really cute, sweet little reading, Pisces. That's what I have for you guys. Happy solar return. It's the last one where y'all gonna be first for a while. Okay, I appreciate you guys. Please, when you see this, even if it's not right now, please do me a favor and hit the like button whenever you do. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. All right, y'all, we're gonna be rolling today, because for one, I don't have time for the trolls. I don't got time for it. I don't got time for it. Like, not my energy. No, ma'am. Okay, let me get some coffee. My coffee be getting cold. And I've been slowing down on the coffee, so I'm proud of myself. Okay, let's go to Aries. Hold on, guys. I put my phone on silent so it wouldn't be shaking the phone. Okay, Aries. Let's get it. Okay, Aries. Well, happy early solar return, because you are ushering in the new year in a couple days, and I am so happy. I am so ready for that. I plan to do a whole Aries season video. So since we don't have the Venus retrograde readings this weekend, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it this weekend. So make sure you're there, Aries. Okay. Aries, there's a lot that has been culminating in your subconscious mind, okay? And you've had the stellium there in your 12th house, you know. I think for a long time, okay, because the South Node just left your 7th house, Aries. So I think for a long time you have really been maybe working on your relationships, maybe getting some of those users, okay, out of your relationships, out of your circle. And the South Node is now in your 6th house. So it's like, I feel like this is still a continuation of that. This is still trying to lighten up your everyday life. Okay, this is that, Aries. So You could be having some really big culminations about how some past subconscious programming, excuse me, has shaped your world or has shaped your life. I think you guys were the ones that I was talking about as well. You have had this Mars retrograde, and remember, I have attributed this Mars retrograde as, well, Mars is not retrograde anymore, but it was. Now it's still in Cancer, and Mars in Cancer to me, when I channeled that, connected me to Cancerian season of 2024, where we were talking about this big collective mother wound that all of us are moving through in some way, shape, or form. And that can mean a plethora of things for many different people. For you, Aries, I do feel like you're working out something here with either feminine energy in your life, whether that be your relationships or your actual mother. Okay, some of you, it could be father stuff too, because we're talking about this Capricorn Cancer axis. Okay, um, all in all, though, Aries, I feel like you are, for one, having to be more sovereign and independent. So you've had to lean less on people in your relationships and in your life. And I think with that, honestly, Aries, you could have been seeing how, or you could be seeing now, especially with this sun coming to this conjunction with Neptune, like lifting the veil on shit. I'm telling you, I really feel like you're seeing how your subconscious programming has created maybe a life of overwork, a life of serving other people, a life of filling other people's cups, or even if it's not a life, a period, an era of this, that you wish to kind of come out of. Okay, that's what I'm seeing in the chart. Let's see. Saturn's gonna... Some of you are also maybe thinking of ways to bring more spirituality into your everyday life, maybe even into your career at some point, or do something like that, something of a spiritual nature. You need to be watching your health and mental health, which I think can be attributed again to very heavy daily activity, very draining and taxing daily activity. And for a lot of you, it's connected to other people. Okay. The devil in reverse, that's Capricorn. Oh, okay. 2, 5 of Cups in reverse. Temperance in reverse. That's Sagittarius with Temperance. Y'all, please don't forget to hit the like button. Takes just a second. Doesn't cost you anything. And I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. What's the guidance here? Ooh, I like. The Empress is the guidance. Okay, that's Taurus and Libra. And that's where Venus is retrograde as well. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. I like that the Empress is upright. Clarify the Devil. The Ace of Cups. The King of Cups. Oh, and the Three of Pentacles. I love this. Yeah, I do. I feel like, Aries, I feel like you have been shown how maybe some of your relationships, a lot of maybe your close relationships have been toxic, and maybe even stunted some like emotional growth within you. I'm looking at Mars in the 4th house. Okay, which is connected to your lineage, your mother, your childhood, your upbringing, whoever was involved in that. Okay, clarify Temperance in the 5 of Cups in reverse, please. The Hangman, the Hermit. You got hella major arcanas out here. The Sun. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcanas out here so far. I think a lot of you are also, okay, yeah, so therapy might be a big thing for you, especially the whole time the North Node is in your 12th house, which would be about a year and a half. Because a lot of you, the message that I'm getting with this is like, you're learning that you cannot go to the same person or the same place that hurt you for the healing. Okay. And for some of you, I just can't escape it. I'm sorry, but I'm getting this mother energy, this maternal energy. Okay. Even if it's not your actual mother, feminine energy too. But yeah, I think that's the gist of this. I think that might be the big aha realization for you guys. And do tell me, do let me know, because that might vary for different people. But I think it might be that, you know what, I can't go into the same spaces or with the same people who hurt me for the healing that I'm seeking. It's just, it don't work like that. But sometimes we want to, and especially with like a mother figure. Okay, clarifying the Empress. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the Six of Swords. Woo! You need to rest your mental. You need to rest your mental. This is rest. This is ease. Everything about your guidance is rest, ease, getting away from people, secluding yourself, or at least being around people who provide a safe space, a safe haven. Let's look at that. And it's like in that energy, you will receive all these downloads, this Page of Swords energy, all this information flooding in through your subconscious. You could even have moments, very like spiritual woo-woo moments, Aries, where things from your childhood are being unearthed. You're remembering certain very specific memories that could have, could have aided in shaping whatever this is, whatever this reality is. Okay, anything else for Aries? Yeah, I have the Three of Wands here. So if you feel like you have been, I'm wrapping up for you, Aries, but if you feel like you've been isolated from certain relationships in your life, it's not the same anymore, this and that, Spirit could be really trying to prepare you for another adventure. And I think that the people that you are meant to align with, Aries, are people who are, more compassionate, you know, they have a heart. I don't know, you know, like I feel like that's it. Okay, they're as passionate as you, they will be as spiritual as you, they are into therapy, you know. So some of you could be dealing with those old family traditions of, you know, we don't go to therapy, what goes on in this house stays in this house type of vibe. And I feel like you're breaking that, and I think that that's a blessing for you and your journey. So that's what I have for you, Aries. I do pray that those messages find you well, are helpful and healing. Please do me a favor and hit the like button, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, let's go ahead and get to Taurus. Taurus, I'm here. Everybody get up. It's time to jam now. We're gonna take it to the phone now. Okay, we in Taurus energy. Let's get it. Hold on, not me pulling Aquarius card. Taurus. Let's go. I'm hearing Space Jam, Taurus. I'm hearing Space Jam, okay? Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright, okay. Wave your hand. Okay, let me stop. Okay, Taurus. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. You just had the eclipse in your 5th house. Okay. So yes. Okay. You are the one. You're coming of age. You are maturing, honey. You are putting away the childish ways for more mature, evolved ones. I love it. Also, your friends, your groups, your connections, you're doing the same thing. You know, I feel like you are aligning yourself with people. Oh, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing, I'll take you there. Because I was going to say, I feel like you're aligning yourself with people who can take you there, who can get you to where you need to go. You got Pluto in your 10th house, going to be there for damn near 20 years. So something is transforming about your career. Something is transforming about your public image, about your reputation. Pluto is also connected to your 7th house. So that's also going to change your relationships. That's contracts as well. Okay. Now, some of you, I could see this as a sobriety journey as well. Okay, I could see that. I could see this being some type of sobriety journey, maybe from drinking or alcoholism. If that's you, congratulations, man. That shit ain't easy. So congratulations. And I'm wishing you well on that journey if that is something you're going through and conquering at that. Others of you, it could just be something about mental health, being more spiritual, okay? Some of you are possibly wanting to take things like your daily life, just how you live in general. Some of you are wanting to take that into a more spiritual direction, have more, spirituality maybe in your everyday life. Okay, let's see. I also feel like, okay, before I start pulling your cards, I feel like a lot of you are possibly wanting to be more authentic in whatever it is that you do, like how you show yourself. It's almost like being more authentic or staying true to yourself even when you're not. No, scratch that. being the same person that you are publicly that you are behind the scenes type of thing. Okay, so some of you might be wanting to bring more of your genuine self, who you are at home, who you are with your friends, who you are in your comfort zone, and maybe bring that more to the forefront, to your groups, to the public. Some of you are doing something public. Okay, let's see what's going on for Taurus this week. You have the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, the Justice card on the bottom. What's the challenge here? The Creator card is saying no. Okay, that's going to be the challenge. We might be hearing a no, or something might not be going the way we think it should go. Okay, what's the guidance? Ace of Wands in reverse in the Temperance card. Yo, okay, I have Aries, Leo, Sag out here. You have the Five of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Listen, I feel like this is very clear. I feel like Spirit is telling you not to go into something, and I feel like you know that possibly. And whatever it is, I feel like could have to do with the eclipse. It could have to do with where the South Node is in the 5th house, and so that tells me that it's something you've outgrown. You know, either you've outgrown it, it's too easy, it's not challenging enough, it's nothing you have to learn there. It could be a habit that, again, you've outgrown. Okay, those of you on some type of healing or sobriety journey. It could be that it's friends that no longer, y'all not on the same path. You hang out with these friends, you're going to be off your path. You know, you're going to be out of alignment. So it could be something like that as well. Clarify the Three of Wands in reverse. We have the Ten of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so yes. Ooh, I heard you can't reach from the same place or for the same place. I don't know which one that is. But I'm kind of getting this as, yeah, this is something that has been offered to you before that maybe you took up on, you know, you accepted it before at a past time, and it was good, okay? Maybe it was aligned then. However, Three of Wands in reverse, I don't think that this same thing's going to take you where you want to go now. You're trying to level up. You're trying to level up. You're trying to align yourself again with the right people per se, the right connections, networks, online community. I mean, it's the 11th house. Clarify the Creator card saying no. You have the Four of Swords. You have the Ace of Cups. And you have the World. Okay, so this one might be challenging for you, Taurus, because what I'm seeing is you're going to have to trust that what you want is behind the thing that is being presented to you that does not feel in alignment to you. Because something that I feel like could be presented to you is familiar. It feels very familiar, right? Which means it's comfortable. It's not really room for growth there. And you'll feel that comfort. And I feel like a lot of you will feel like, I don't know, that's not all the way it though. You're gonna have to have faith that the thing that you actually want is there, is behind this thing, or is coming, okay? And that's just what we in, y'all. Like, I can't, you know, make the astrology do certain things. Like, that is just what we're in. This stellium in Pisces, like, either you're gonna have faith or like you're gonna be in this heavy energy of the South Node in Virgo. Like, you know, so I just want us all to try to make it easier for ourselves. Okay, and a lot of these things that we are picking up on intuitively, we do not see yet. We are not seeing with our physical eyes. But will that stop you? Like, what is faith, y'all? What's faith for real? Okay, clarify. You have the Sun, the Hangman, and the Seven of Wands here. Yeah. I'm feeling like this is knowing your worth. I'm hearing the word lowball. I'm hearing the word lowball. Okay. And the chart that I'm looking at right now, this is later in the week after the sun goes into Aries. So the moon is going to go into your 8th house of contracts and things like that, where it opposes Jupiter in your 2nd house. So you need to know your worth. You need to know what you're worth, okay? So that you know when you're being lowballed, and when you know, wait a minute, but you offer so-and-so this. Like, wait a minute. But I've been with this company for such and such, and you trying to tell me and da. Okay, so it's no other way I could put this, Taurus. Like, really know your worth. Okay, really know your worth here. And again, faith. Like, faith is gonna be big for you guys. Last card for Taurus. Yeah, the Ten of Wands. You'll know that the thing is not for you because it's going to feel heavy. It's going to feel too familiar. It's going to feel too comfortable. It's going to feel like it's the same thing that has been offered to you in a past time that did not quite meet the mark. Okay, and I feel like you guys, you're trying to meet a mark. I feel like that. Okay, North Node there. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Taurus. I appreciate you guys. please do me a favor, hit the like button, okay? Literally takes a second. I feel like there's been like a few people in and out and like not one like on the like button. So please don't forget to do that, guys. It doesn't take anything. And I appreciate that. Okay, let's go to Gemini. I hope I did Taurus's little card stamp. Also, make sure you follow me on TikTok, guys. We're growing. I'm loving it there. So once I reach the threshold 111, while I'm saying this, thank you, Spirit. Once I reach the threshold there, I'm gonna be connecting these lives so we can connect the tribes, because I'm vibing over there. Okay, we've got a Gemini. Let's go. Okay, Gemini. Okay, so Gemini, you are another one. You're trying to make maybe some big things happen in your career. Really trying to line some stuff up there, literally, because your career is at the top of the chart, and that's where you're having all this energy. Now, okay. I feel like a lot of you guys, right? Because you just had the eclipse in your 4th house. Thank you. Thank you for liking the video. I appreciate you. This eclipse in your 4th house, I feel like some of y'all, like, yeah, I'm hearing like soar, baby, soar, you know? And I feel like this is your time. Why do I say that? Because the South Node is in your 4th house. So there could either be like heavy family shit, you know what I mean? That like really prevents you in some kind of way from really going all in that 10th house, right? And that could be lots of things. That could be a relationship. That could be your actual like home environment, like the physical environment that you're in. It could be how you grew up, where you come from. 4th house is that, your lineage. What has been programmed in your mind? How do you think of success? How do you, really, how confident are you to put yourself out there in the 10th house? And how do you want to be seen? And is it based off of like some concepts and constructs from your childhood that you don't even align with? Okay, so a lot of you could be going through that. Excuse me, guys. Mercury, you need to follow Mercury, right? Because you're Gemini and Virgo are connected to Mercury, and Mercury's retrograding in your 11th house. But again, it rules the house you had the eclipse in, and it rules you, your 1st house. So I wouldn't be surprised, while at the same time that you're trying to like push something in your career, push something very public about your reputation, up your status, something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if you had like family members who have very adverse reactions to this. I mean, really, okay? Let me see Venus for you. 12th house. In your 5th house. I could see this being family. I could even see this being romantic partners, people you're dating. And I'm going to say this before I pull. There could even be that, I don't know why. I feel like if you're dealing with that, other than it being people who genuinely feel like, oh man, I'm missing my time with Gemini, other than that, I feel like it's people who are hating. Okay, because you got all this public stuff going on, and I'm not gonna lie, with Mercury being retrograde in the 11th house and it ruling a private part of your chart, you could have these same people bad mouthing you, or speaking out of turn, or thinking that they're exposing something. Okay, and I say that you have Uranus in the 12th house, right? House of secrets, the past, things like that. I don't think that stuff holds power, though. I'm going to be quite honest, Gemini. I don't think that any of that holds power. I think you have the cards. You have all of these planets in the top of your sky. You hold the power. You hold the cards in this. So pay that shit dust, okay? Let's see what's going on here for Gemini. Get a clearer picture, please. Thank you. The devil. Listen, I don't make stuff up. Okay. That's Capricorn. And listen, the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Someone's jealousy rearing its ugly head because of maybe the attention that you get. Six of Cups. And also maybe because you're not the same person that you've been in the past. You've evolved, or you're showing effort in trying to do that in some kind of way. Maybe some of you are taking your career or something like that more seriously. And people down in that 4th house, people you're connected to in the 5th house, maybe not used to that. Yeah, the challenge is the star. You know, it's like, why is your healing other people's challenge? You know, why is going for your star a challenge for someone else? You know, really ask yourself that. Okay. The guidance is the Queen of Wands and the Hierophant. I mean, this is pretty clear. Go for it. This is your time. I told you when I came into I heard soar, baby, soar. Now, I think the challenge you might be dealing with is the backlash you might get from people, which I think is very unnecessary and unwarranted and maybe selfish. Okay, now if it's not other people, it's how you're feeling about yourself, how you felt about yourself. It's about maybe the programming that you were brought up on, okay? Some of you are still hearing your family's voice and this is the way things have to be, and you know, that programming, okay? 5 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and the Strength card. Some of you dealing with a Leo energy. You know, you got people guilt tripping you or something about going for your career or something like that. I feel like it's manipulative. The Emperor, the King of Pentacles, and the 10 of Wands. Ooh, okay. Some of you dealing with an Aries, another Aries. Yeah, I feel like these are people who are used to having some sort of control over you. Okay, or being able to control how you feel, right? So if somebody can make you feel shame or guilt, right, about wanting to pursue something that you're genuinely passionate about, that's control. They have control over some aspect of you. Okay, I think a lot of us have been there. Clarify the Queen of Wands, 3 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I feel like Spirit is saying, Gemini, you better go confidently in this direction, okay? Because you've worked very hard for this. Knight of Pentacles. This is not just, and see, that's where some jealousy could be coming in for some people. They could feel like you haven't worked far, and how did you get here? Child, that is none of your business. That is none of your business. All of that can be attributed to hateration. That is hateration. It just is what it is. Gemini, you've worked very hard to get to a certain point, and I feel like you're getting there. I'm hearing the word precipice right now, which means right on the edge. You're on the precipice of it, okay? So yeah, pay the shit dust, pay the drama dust. People who talking bad about, now everybody got something to say, people speaking out of turn publicly, people thinking they're trying to expose you. If any of these themes are something that you are dealing with, okay, pay it dust. And if this is you and you must watch how you are feeling about yourself, the stories that you are telling about yourself, okay? And you must know that you are not any type of outdated programming that has come from your lineage or your family. You have the right to break that, to create something new. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Gemini. I really pray that those messages find you all well, are helpful and healing, okay? And I appreciate you being here if you are. If you come in later, don't forget to hit the like button. I appreciate you. All right. We're rolling, guys. Let's go to Cancerians. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate that. Okay, Cancerians. What it do? How you doing? Okay, I think you're in the clear. Yeah, we don't have anything. The moon is always moving, right? You're connected to the moon, so we always follow the moon for you. But as far as the other planets, I don't think you have anything to necessarily worry about. You've had Mars in your sign, direct. He's getting faster. Once he gets into Leo, we're going to experience a whole different vibe. And I think for you, you're going to have a surge of confidence. And I love that for you. So What do I think is happening for you guys? Hold on. Okay. So Spirit has been trying to really fine tune your faith, right? How you look at life. You have North Node, Neptune at the 29th degree in your ninth house, the God house, the philosophical, existential, right? What is life? Right? All those existential questions that we don't have answers for. I feel like Spirit has been really working up there because you just had the South Node in the opposite house of the what I call the learning mind, the third house. And I call it that because it's more about like grade school and learning skills and things that you can they're very quantitative, right? Is math problems, it's facts, right? It's facts. Whereas I feel like the ninth house is more broad, it's bigger picture, it's what is this? And but it can be this and it can be that, So, in other words, Spirit has been really woo-woo in your ass, like really trying to get you to be very woo-woo. Okay. And for a lot of you, this is about, your mind is being reprogrammed, right? Because Mercury's retrograding in your 10th, but it rules your 12th and 3rd. Your mind is being reprogrammed and how you relate to other people, okay? How you come off to other people, right? Because Venus is retrograding in a public house for you, how people view you, but it rules your 4th and it rules your 11th house. So a lot of you could find yourself being more assertive. You could find yourself speaking up for yourself more. Mars in the 1st house. Even if it's scary, I am envisioning someone, channeling someone whose voice is shaky, but they're saying the thing. They are asserting themselves even through their shaky voice, even through their almost crying, okay, through their anxiety. And it's because literally you have God on your side, in the 9th house there, this stellium in the 9th house. And I think that's what you're realizing, or some of you are coming back into it, you're re-realizing it, like this faith of things working out. Something just happened to my screen. Still going? Okay, sorry about that, guys. That was weird. Now, here's what's interesting to me, because Spirit kind of pushed me up a little bit in y'all's reading, because remember, we're going to have the partial solar eclipse in Aries, right? Then the day after, Neptune's going to go into Aries from the 29th degree. Saturn eventually is going to go into Aries. And when Saturn does that, Saturn's also going to conjunct this North Node in Pisces as well. I feel like for some of you Cancerians, okay, because Saturn's connected to your 7th house of relationships. And the 8th house too, because Saturn was the ancient ruler of Aquarius. Modern day ruler of Aquarius is now Uranus. But I feel like for some of you, there's also something with shared finances with another person that I'm hearing the word reprimand. Okay, so there needs to be some boundaries, some reprimanding there. Okay, there is something happening there. Saturn, when it conjuncts that Neptune, I'm not gonna lie, it could even be that you find that someone in that relationship house, that 7th house, has influenced your faith or lack thereof. Okay, by their actions or by just something like that. I'm hearing the word selfish. Okay, someone who could have also been very manipulative. Okay, being able to manipulate your mind. South Node in the 3rd house. All right, tell me what's going on here for Cancerians. You have the 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. What's the challenge? The 4 of Wands is the challenge. Listen. And the Lovers, listen. Okay, could be a Gemini you're dealing with. What's the guidance? The Queen of Wands. Oh my God. Do I need to pull anything else? And the Creator card is saying no. Saying no. And say that shit with your chest, okay? Literally, I feel like Spirit is telling you say no with your chest. Like literally, I think you need to say no more. You're the one this week who needs to use the word no, and remember that it's a complete sentence. Okay, Six of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Mother Star saying yes. Okay, so we have these in different positions. Okay. So this week, a theme for you is saying yes to adventure. Okay, this is also ninth house. Some of you are having to connect with other people, people who are different than those that you've always connected with, those who connect with more so your lower mind, self node, and the third house. Okay, so this week is saying yes to adventure, trying a new place. If you get invited out, Three of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles, there's a gift in that. Okay, there's a blessing in that. Okay, if this is trying something new at work, trying something, I could even see this being like if there's someone at work who wants to teach you something or has some wisdom to offer you, go for it. Okay, anything that is new and different and that supports you being confident in yourself. Okay, let's talk about this challenge for you. You have the Ace of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Clarify your guidance so I get some more context. Page of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah. I'm hearing big bully. Like, this feels like big bully energy, and I feel like you're standing up to a big bully this week. Whether that's your own subconscious programming that you have to like be like, okay, get the out of here with that, or that's somebody else that you're having to be, wow, I'm here. Okay, they just gave me a vision. I think I might end with that for you. They just gave me a vision of someone. Okay. Physically, you're saying no. You're just saying a very clear, assertive no. I cannot do that. No, I can't do this. No, I don't have time. But inside, there's a ferocious beast, okay? Screaming, no! And like the wind from their breath is like blowing the person's face back. Like, I feel like this is something you've been wanting to do for a long time. That's why I heard when we first started, say that shit with your chest. Okay, I feel like this is something that you've been holding there for a very long time, Cancerian. So with that being said, okay, I don't want you to blow a gasket, okay, or come out of your energy, okay? So be mindful that Mercury is retrograde, and for you it's in a very public place, okay? And it can affect the communities that you are a part of because it rules your third house as well as your 12th house, okay? So be assertive, but don't crash out. All right? Yeah. And the Six of Wands here. Don't be afraid to be seen or try something new, whether that be a new place, having a conversation with a new person, learning a new thing. All right? That's what I have for you, Cancerians. I really appreciate you. I pray that those messages find you well, are helpful and healing. If you see this at a later time, please don't forget to hit the like button. You are appreciated. Okay. And we're moving right along to Leo. All right, hold on, y'all. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right, Leo. Leo, I think you might be realizing there's more support available for you than maybe you thought before. I'm looking at the stellium in your 8th house of other people's resources, even if it's not that, or it's a combination of both. But if it's not that, it could be that you are kind of letting go of some of the physical things that you may be attached value to, or, maybe you attach those physical things to your self-worth. Some of you are really detaching from that to create a deeper experience, a more spiritual experience for yourself in this lifetime. Okay. And like I said, we need to pay attention to the sun this week because it's making tons of aspects and the sun rules you, Leo. So yeah, really pay attention to that. Yeah, I'm hearing a deepening experience. A deepening experience. And you do. You have Mars in your 12th house. I wouldn't be surprised if you've been upping the ante on your spiritual practices and things like that. I'm hearing a lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. Help you carry on. Okay, that's 8th house. Lean on me. Yeah, that's support. That's resources. Other people's resources. That's OPP. Okay. Venus rules your 10th and 3rd house. You know, and you could be aligning, for a lot of you, I feel like this might have to do with career, status, work. Okay, because Venus is connected to a career house. Mercury's connected to a house of networks for you. So some of y'all are questioning who you align yourself with, and like, do y'all spiritual values align, right? A lot of you are stopping yourself from doing things just for the money too. So a lot of you are like done with that. You don't want to just do things for the money anymore, right? You have Pluto in your 7th house, who's also connected to your 4th house, and sextiling Venus. So it's like, yeah, what you're relating to, I think, is deepening. So you have to create, now that you are calling in a deeper life experience, that's going to change everything. Now you need deeper connections. Now you need deeper relationships. Now you need deeper work. Now you need deeper service, right? So let's see what's happening for Leo. Temperance, love it. Sagittarius, what's the challenge? Challenge is the Tower. Scorpio and Aries, that's 2 major arcana. What's the guidance? The Death card in reverse. That's Scorpio. That's your 3rd major arcana. Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like there is something that is trying to be birthed, but something else has to go. So clarify this Temperance card, because that's the main focus. 9 of Cups. The Strength card is Leo. And the 10 of Pentacles. That's the eclipse we just had. So something about this, the eclipse is still playing out for you, Leo. This could have something to do with your legacy. Okay, what you're wanting for your legacy. Okay, because 10 of Pentacles, the 8th house. Clarify the challenge, please. The Page of Swords. The Page of Wands. Ooh, okay. And the 5 of Swords here. Oh, I can see that. I can see that. South Node in the 2nd house, too. Some of you, there could be some, I don't know, dishonesty or something that you're finding out. Okay. Sun conjunct Neptune, 8th house. The veil is lifted. Something could definitely be exposed about the 8th house, about resources that you share with other people, which could include finances. It could include where you stay, right? It's just resources that you acquire or that you share with other people. Okay. I'm hearing all hell breaking loose with that Tower and with the receiving of this information or knowing this information. Clarify the Death card in reverse. The King of Pentacles. There's the money. The Knight of Cups. And the Star. You want them to do? High Priestess here. Give me one more on the guidance here. Ah, okay. Okay. Why am I hearing that? I'm hearing there is a new sheriff in town. Okay. Okay. So some of you, all right, that is interesting, especially for my Leo risings. I feel like this is going to be a little specific, especially if you're rising. There could definitely be something coming out about mismanagement of money, about something of mismanagement of resources that was not just all one person's, right? So for example, that could be that you had a joint account with someone and they've been taking money out of it and you didn't know it. They've been taking more than they said that they were taking, right? I get this in the sense though, of someone, you could be dealing with people or someone, even an institution or an entity, a group, okay? Because the eighth house can be that, of people who don't want to let go. That's it. Now they're giving me more. Okay, like they got a grip on it. I'm hearing long money. Okay, so this could be something you're dealing with, something I think that is bigger than you. Okay, in a lot of ways. So you could be dealing, this could be an actual like institution or something that you're dealing with. What is the word I'm looking for? Organization, conglomerate, enterprise, right? It could be that you're having some type of legal thing going on with the courts, with something, okay, about getting money that is due to you, that is owed to you, okay. And I do feel like that is favorable for you. I do. But that south node in the second house, you again make sure that you're not attaching yourself to anything that's superficial, anything that's just things that don't have that deeper value to you, and you just want to hold on to it just to be like, oh, well, I have it, and it boosts my status. It's just like, that's karmic. And for you, with the south node in your second house, you have to evolve out of that. And that's not to say you can't have nice things, but things of value is important to you right now, Leo. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. I appreciate you. I pray that those messages find you well, are helpful and healing. If you catch it at a later time, please don't forget to hit the like button. I appreciate that. All righty, Virgo, did we just reach the halfway point? We did. Well, actually, kind of past that, because we started with Pisces. All right, Virgo. I'm Virgo-licious. I always hear that. Like Fergalicious, in the tune of Fergalicious. Is she a Virgo? I don't know. Okay. Whew. Relationships, Virgo. You just had the South Node conjunct the full moon lunar eclipse in your first house. So there was a spotlight on your relationships. That means the sun was in your seventh house, highlighting your relationships, highlighting relationships that need to go, highlighting relationships where you have overgiven, overextended yourself, over idealized these partners, because that's just the natural setup of a Virgo rising's chart. Pisces is in the seventh house, and I don't think Neptune helps there, because we can really be looking at some relationships with rosy colored glasses, and then once we find out that, oh shit, they're just human too, you know, it can be kind of crushing. So I've seen that a lot with Virgo risings with Neptune in the seventh house. I feel like with that, let's just kind of segue with that, because you're going to have the sun. The sun is conjuncting that Neptune, and Neptune's at an anaretic degree, and a degree of ending, critical. And a lot of you are really seeing for very final times, like this is it. You are seeing something about some people in your life, in your relationships. Okay, and I think for some of you is what I said, is that maybe you've idealized them, or maybe you're realizing, you know what, I've tried to please you way too much. I can't. There is no pleasing you, because you have your own problems, because you can't be pleased, because you're just you're not happy in your life. Okay, so some of you, a lot of you, I feel like are dealing with that. Mercury is retrograde. Mercury rules you, so you always need to pay attention to when Mercury retrogrades and where Mercury travels. And I feel like for a lot of you, this change in relationship later down the line, Virgos, might actually change where you live, or how often you see these people. Because I'm kind of foreshadowing a little bit. Okay, Venus is ruling your ninth house, and she has to go direct at some point. Okay, so some of you could be like unexpectedly having an opportunity to go study abroad, unexpectedly having an opportunity to get out the house more, go on more adventures, create distance between some of these relationships in your life, I feel. Okay, let's see. Okay. That's two cards. You have the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, constantly worrying whether you're doing enough. And I feel like you're going to have a very big realization about that this week. Like, I'm seeing somebody have a breakdown, a mental breakdown. So really take it easy with yourself, Virgo. You know, don't beat yourself up. See, that's what other people's expectations and other carrying other people's baggage, that's what it'll do to you. It'll drive you crazy like that, to where you feel like you're just not ever good enough, you know? And I promise you, the universe don't want you feeling like that at all. Not a Virgo rising. Absolutely not. Do you understand? Like, do you understand the work ethic of a Virgo? Like, get out of here. Don't you ever question it because somebody else can't see it. Period. If anything, they eating off your energy. They feeding off your energy because they do see it. What's the challenge? Like, don't you ever. Okay, the challenge is the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Cups. So this thing might actually be moving out of your experience like this week. You might be seeing the evidence. Look, there's the Tower. Could happen unexpectedly. This is what I'm saying, okay? Pace yourself. Be easy with yourself, because you could actually see this thing starting to phase out of your life this week. And it might be a challenge. I'm not going to lie. The Ten of Cups is here, okay? So it doesn't mean that you hate these people, right? A lot of times we keep people like this in our life because there is some type of emotional attachment, right? It's like the mother who, you know how they always say, like, you see those kids who like get taken away from their parents, you know, because their parents weren't, you know, handling business or whatever, doing what they were supposed to do, but those kids will kick and scream for those parents because it's all they know. You know, it's what they know is nurturing, it's what they know is love. They don't know, you know, to them that's mommy, that's daddy, like, you know. So that kind of reminds me of that. What's the guidance here for Virgo, please? The guidance is the Three of Swords, my love. Okay. So yeah, I think this is for your highest good. I think you know that, right? But again, like I said, it doesn't stop the pain any less, right? We are living a human experience, so feel your pain, okay? Don't be hard on yourself about that, okay? Queen of Cups here. Ten of Wands. Yeah, the Magician. There you go. I think you're realizing a lot this week, and that might be the overwhelm of it all. You're realizing how much value you actually bring to people's lives, but how much they don't value that. Now, again, I like the silver lining in this, Virgo, is that the right people are either around you and they just haven't been realized yet, or they're coming. North Node is in your 7th house for the next like year and a half or so. It's gonna bring the right people, okay? It's setting you up for your soul tribe. Okay, clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Swords. Yep. Page of Cups. Some of you, this has been happening since you were a child. Yep. And the King of Swords. I'm kind of getting a similar message to Aries that I got for Aries, which was you can't go to the same place that you have been hurt for the healing. So you can't go to the same person who hurt you for them to heal you. 9 times out of 10. Okay, clarify the Three of Swords. You have the Three of Wands. You have the King of Cups. And you have the Eight of Swords. Don't think about this process. Just let it happen. You try to think about why it's happening and did I do something wrong and this and that. I think it's going to be more painful. Okay, King of Cups, Three of Wands. There are better people coming. Okay, people who make you feel emotionally safe, safe enough to be vulnerable, safe enough to just be yourself. Okay, anything else for Virgo? Four of Swords here. Okay, make sure you are resting, because I feel like for you, it's a lot moving and quickly. Okay, so don't, this is not the week to fall back on any type of self-care routine that you might have for yourself, Virgo. Turn that service to others inward, okay? You deserve it. That's what I have for you. I appreciate you, Virgo. I love you. I pray those messages find you all are helpful and healing. I just realized that I just completely forgot to do my little timestamps. It's all good though. I'm gonna start back up with Libra. I got my cards, okay. Just rolling. Completely forgot. Okay. Libra. Libra, you got some relationship stuff happening too. It's also connected to your everyday life. I think a lot of you are, some of your relationships are outdated. I'm looking at the South Node in the 12th house. I remember going through that transit, and whew, it's just like some of the people that are closest to you can actually be like some of the worst people. I can't sugarcoat it. Some of you are noticing that. Some of you have had the veil lifted for you. Yeah, I mean, that comes with the territory with the South Node in the 12th house. I can attest to that. And the sneaky, yo, because the 12th house is so hidden with, sorry, it's a phone call coming through. It's sneaky because the 12th house is so hidden. It's just almost like you don't even know. You don't even know it's there until it's there, until you just like, until it's revealed to you. But I'll give you, I think this is a great tip. You're going to have to be so locked in with your intuition with the South Node in your 12th house. Okay? You're the one. You're going to have to be so locked into those little subtle remarks and rebuttals and energies. You're highly sensitive to it right now, and that's going to be your marker. Okay? Because like I said, this South Node in the 12th is tricky. People can hide with that. Okay? All right. So I don't know why they had me on that tangent for you to start off with, because that's not where I was going, okay? But you did just have an eclipse there, so it makes sense. Okay. I do think something about your everyday life is trying to change. I do think it will change over the next year and a half. Your networks and relationships at the very moment are changing, or you are reviewing them, okay? As Venus is your ruler and she's retrograding your opposite house of relationships. For you, there could be something also that's coming out, or that has come out in accordance with the eclipse we just had in Virgo. There could be something that comes out for you about shared finances, okay, or shared resources. For you, however, I think it's connected to groups. So this could be work, this could be colleagues, people you work with, things like that, because I'm seeing those houses be activated for you. Why am I hearing that? I'm hearing don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. Now I know where I go, I know where I came from. Some of you have people, see, this is what I'm talking about. South Node and South. Some of you have people around you, okay, because you got Mars in your 10th house. Mars is going to go into your 11th house pretty soon. I'm hearing people ask like how you do it. I'm hearing that. How do you do it? How does Libra do it? How does Libra do it? You know, yeah, I keep telling you guys, watch who you are aligning with, okay, in these workspaces, and stay away from catty people, stay away from gossipers. Stay away, because I'm telling you, they can easily get you caught up in some shit that you're not trying to be caught up in. Heaviness that is unnecessary. You do not need it right now because you're trying to lighten up your everyday life. You have the North Node in Pisces in your 6th house. You're trying to get your health together. You feel me? You're trying to come up with more peaceful methods to go about your everyday life where you ain't stressed, you ain't tired, you ain't overworked, you not lacking faith. Okay, you don't want to align yourself with individuals who are living lives of misery, because we know misery loves, okay, company. Just kidding. Okay. All right, let's see. Tell me more for Libra, please. All right, you have the Lovers and the Wheel of Fortune. That's Gemini. You also have the Sun on the bottom is Leo. Let's see. What's the challenge here? Challenge is the 10 of Cups in reverse. Hit my coffee cup. It was about to turn. 10 of Cups in reverse and the 5 of Pentacles. Are you willing to let go where you're not happy? I'm hearing that. Okay, what's the guidance? High Priestess in reverse. It's Pisces. 6 of Cups. Okay. Didn't I tell you, okay, that your indicator with the South Node in your 12th house is going to be your intuition? Okay. And this tells me the intuition has probably been saying some stuff that we ain't been heeding. For whatever reason. It's no judgment, but we're going to see, okay? Let's see here. Clarify. Queen of Wands, the Emperor, and the Mother Star saying yes. You could actually be chosen for a very high position. I'm hearing King of the Land. King of the Land. You could be chosen for a very high position. Okay, I see Spirit setting up the play. I get it. Yeah, and ooh, I heard all eyes on me. And if you come in with Tupac energy, like the hidden energy I was talking about, there's hidden energy around you and you feel it, but you might not be able to pinpoint who it's coming from, where it's coming from. You have got to be so locked in with your intuition, Libra. Libra rising. Because it's always where you least expect it with the South Node in the 12th house. Okay? Um, Now, this sounds very like, oh, daunting, but I think this is very good, okay? I think you're going to be put up in a high position, okay? Like, be chosen for something, or at least have a choice of something, or at least be notified, like, hey, Libra, we're looking at you for this promotion, we're looking at you to cover so-and-so's position because they're leaving, type of thing. But then you might have people around you who, oh God, this shit is sneaky. Like the feelings that I'm getting, listen, 10 of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles. There are people around you who are not happy about that. You have got to be real about this, Libra. Okay? Temperance, that's Sagittarius, and the Queen of Swords. Your challenge will be the boundary. Okay? That's going to play out in so many different ways, whether that be that you just keep shit to yourself. Okay? You share it with the right people. Don't take the bait, man. 111 while I'm delivering this. 111 while I'm saying this. Don't take the bait, man, of people's dramas, people trying to get you caught up in he says she, well, so and so and so and so. Even if it don't get back to that person, that's energy that you guys are putting out into the universe. It has no choice but to come back to you, even if nobody saw you. That's called integrity. That's called character. Align yourself with people who have it. Clarify. 4 of Cups. Queen of Cups. Because if you let these people, if you let any of this energy, or if that's your own self-sabotaging, okay? Because self-known in the 12th house can be that too. It can be a combination of it. Your own programming can actually connect you with people who have the same programming, and then you guys are perpetuating that same thing. So I will leave you with this, Libra. Don't let these people knock you off your square. Don't let your own programming knock you off your square, okay? I feel like there's a blessing coming. I feel like spirit, the universe trying to propel you, trying to catapult you, trying to put your ass up on a pedestal, okay? Trying to put you higher than where you are, okay? And the one thing, here's the root of it, okay? Then I'm wrapping. I'm cleaning up. Okay, the root of it will be, okay? The root of this self-sabotage would be that you don't feel like you even deserve that position. That's the only way you would let any of this energy, any of these people, okay, whatever this is, or your own programming, knock you off your square. Okay? It will come from the belief, okay? It would come from the belief that you are not deserving of it. And that couldn't be further from the truth, or it would not have shown up. Okay, so please remember that you created this opportunity for yourself. So don't let anyone convince you into self-sabotaging it, all right? That's what I have for you, Libra. I appreciate you guys. I pray those messages find you well, are helpful and healing. I said I was going to do the card for Libra, and I did not do it. Okay, Scorpio. Hurry up and do it before I forget. Okay, let's see. Scorpio. All right, you have the eclipse in your 11th house. You are leaning more into your individuality, more into your sovereignty, your creative expression, your right to be who you are, an individual, however quirky, however expressive and creative and eccentric and eclectic that is. Okay. Now, a lot of you, between now and spring, summer, your everyday life is going to look very different. It's changing. The very thread of it is changing. Some of you are going to be in different career fields, whole different path in life, because a lot of you planted that seed with the 11th house eclipse we just had. Make sure that you are thinking about, especially you, Scorpio. I'm saying this to you specifically because you're going to have the solar eclipse. Remember we had this one? Remember this big one last year that everybody saw? We're having the last of it. Okay, in the 6th house. And so really think about, okay, because your 6th house is Aries, and it's about your everyday life. I mean, everybody's 6th house is about everyday life, your routines, your habits. But for you, the eclipse is going to happen here. What do you want it to look like? Like, I need you, I really need you to be visualizing that. And I need you to be trying to live that. Like, don't wait for it. Don't like think that it's this far away thing that's unattainable. I need for you to be incorporating these small things into your everyday life. You say you want to have a slower morning, slow down in the morning. You say you see yourself um, working 3 days a week and then working 2 days. Try to incorporate that. You have to try to incorporate things where you can, and not think that this happiness is something that is going to be attained at a later time. It's time for you to be happy, to have joy, peace, ease, flow. Okay? So, and I think you guys are realizing, I think that's your big aha, is like, oh shit, like I can really live this life. Like, you know? So I don't know. It sounds cheesy, but I feel that, and like that's gonna be dope for you, man. Because you have Mars in the 9th house, is growing your faith from one of the most vulnerable and sensitive places ever. Scorpio, and I'm gonna say, y'all have a very big collective responsibility of being individuals, at least for the next year and a half or so, while the North Node is in your 5th house. You know, we're going to see a lot of Scorpio risings being so creative, coming out of their comfort zones, not giving a fuck about what society's expectations are for them. South Node in the 11th house. I have been going through that. Oh my God. It's intense, but you must not stop. You're going to look like an outcast sometimes, but you also going to find your tribe too. North Node in the 5th house. I've been experiencing that as well. Okay, let's see. Scorps, what's up? Page of Pentacles. Okay, what's the challenge? Judgment in reverse, that's Scorpio. And Temperance, you're getting back to the essence of who you are, not who you created, not the you created to assimilate. South Node is in your 11th house, honey. Okay, not the you that you created to assimilate, to mask. Okay, some of you, I'm talking to some neurodivergent. Hello. Okay, so not the mask that you have created to assimilate. Your mask is going to be ripped completely off in the best way. And you need to let the quirky come out. You need to let the eccentric, the eclectic, the individual within you shine, because that's your key to success, Scorpio. What's the guidance here for my Scorpios? Oh, okay. Let's get one. The 5 of Wands. Oh, we're burning it down. Okay. 4 of Pentacles, a lot that you've been holding on to, you're going to start to see, either it's going to start creating conflict for you, and that's going to be an indicator that it's time to let it go. Okay? Clarify the Page of Pentacles here, please. You have the Creator card saying no. The 2 of Wands and the High Priestess is Piscean energy. There will be things that are presented to you this week, Scorpio. It's a test. I promise you it's a test. A lot of you are saying you want to live a certain way. Universe going to throw some things at you. Some of those things are going to be things that vibrate with your past life, but the universe going to throw them at you because they're still cycling through, right? It's not the universe playing some sort of wicked game with you. It's that these things you also manifested. The life you no longer want, you manifested it at some point. So it's playing out. So now you're going to have a series of choices where you no longer have to choose that life anymore, that timeline. And I think that's what's going to be presented to you this week. You'll have a choice. Clarify Judgment in reverse. The Queen of Wands, the Moon, and the Lovers as Cancer and Gemini energy out here now as well. I think the challenge will be standing 10 toes down. Remember, I told you, some of us, like, we're going to look like the outcasts. We're going to look like, what is you doing with your life? And that South Node in the 11th house can feel like that. It can feel like pressure. And, oh man, look at everybody doing this and achieving that and doing that. And this your life. This your life. This is the blueprint for your life. Okay, so clarify this Five of Wands, please. The Knight of Cups, excuse me, the Knight of Pentacles, whew, and the Eight of Wands here. Give me one more, please, there. The Six of Cups. Yeah. A lot of you with Venus going to go back into your fifth house, you're going to be reconnected with a past time that you forgot about, or a past time that you kind of put on the back burner. And I'm hearing for some of you, reconnecting in this fifth house for you is going to take you further than what you thought assimilating into society was going to do, or assimilate. And I'm not saying be like the, you know, the mean old hag in the corner who can't get along with anyone. And just, no. I'm not saying that. In fact, the fifth house is very community oriented. It's friends. It's playful, you know. But your 11th house is in Virgo. So you do have a lot of societal pressures or expectations just naturally because of that Virgo energy there and the South Node being there. And also, I think, Scorpios, you have this wanting to really maybe give. Okay, Virgo in the 11th house, give to humanity, give to society, give of yourself to the groups that you are a part of. But self-notice there, the universe is saying you've given all that there is to give, at least for now. Give to your creativity, give to your creative projects, give some ease and flow into your life. All right, I hope I did the job there, Scorpio. Sorry, there was a phone call. I hope I did the job there, Scorpio. That's what I have for you guys. I pray that those messages find you well or helpful and healing, okay? If you see this at a later time, don't forget to hit that like button. All right? You are appreciated. Let's go to Sag. I got Sag, Cap, and Aquarius, guys. All right, Sag, let's get your timestamp because I done missed like 10 timestamps, child. All right, Sag. You're having this happen in your fifth house. Well, a lot happening in your fifth house. The New Year's transpiring in your fifth house. I guess that's what I mean. I think a lot of you guys are coming out of overworking. You're coming out of having to look a certain way or achieve a certain status or something. You're becoming more true to yourself. Okay, Capricorn went through this with the North Node in their fourth house. You know, creating a deeper relationship with yourself, really honoring your feelings. All right, some of you used to put your feelings on the back burner and, you know, and just suck it up type of thing. But this is not allowing you to do that. Okay, you have the Four of Pentacles out here. It's a challenge for Sag. The Sun, that's Leo. Yeah, your truth. Yeah, your truth. You're being reconnected to faith. And the Three of Pentacles. Some of you might even go back to school, okay? Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I think a lot of you, this has to do with, again, expectations of like how you're supposed to be, what career you were supposed to have, how you're supposed to look, the type of status you're supposed to have. All of this is up for review for you, okay? Mercury rules your 10th house and it's retrograde. It also rules your 7th house of contracts and relationships in retrograde, okay? And Venus rules your 11th and 6th house. So yeah, I feel like your everyday life, what you're trying to do, I feel, is acknowledge more of your feelings, like instead of putting them on the back burner. Okay, some of you have been in a career field or a line of work that maybe has not resonated with you, and I feel like some of you might even be going back to school. You might be acquiring new knowledge, okay? Or some of you like really upping your faith. Okay, clarify the Four of Pentacles, please. The Two of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. Some of you might want to be home more, stay at home like moms or something. Parents, could be a dad too. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, really reevaluating what makes you happy. Some of you went in a certain direction of your life because it made other people happy. It made your family happy. It made your mama proud. It made your daddy proud. Okay, the Sun, the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. There's the work card. Okay, so a lot of you, the challenge is really acknowledging your truth. What is your truth? Not everybody else's truth. Not how everybody expects you to show up and wants you to show up. How do you want to show up? Who are you? Who are you? High Priestess, Judgment, Justice. God damn. 3 major arcanas in your guidance. That's Pisces, Scorpio, Libra. Yeah, I simply feel like some of you as well might be rethinking contracts. Some of you might be, I'm hearing the word renege, okay? If you play cards, you know, you know what renege means, like to take back. Some of you might be reevaluating some contracts, some things that you may have committed to. I feel like now you are having to rethink that because you're actually honoring your feelings. And some of you, your feelings actually don't align with an agreement that you made. And this is big. This is 3 major arcanas. This could involve a contract because the 3 of Pentacles is there. That's contractual. It's the main difference between this and the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is chummy chummy friends. Okay, yeah, we're toasting it up. We got a verbal agreement. Contract. 3 of Pentacles is we working together. There's a contract here. We're bound by money. We're bound by contract or something like that. We're collaborating. Okay. But you're gonna have to honor your feelings. So see, this is what we're in. This is the eclipse. This is what we in, baby. Like, these changes they not waiting for nobody. These changes are not waiting for anyone. And you know, some of them can be pretty drastic, and for some of you Saggies, it just might be, yeah, 7 of Cups. You're seeing more possibilities. That's what I think. I think that North Node Sun conjunction for you, I mean, excuse me, Neptune Sun conjunction for you, you're seeing more possibilities than you saw before. And the only reason you didn't see the other possibilities before, they were always there. It's just that you weren't honoring your feelings. Your feelings were always telling you, I'm not in alignment with this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do something creative. I want to work from home. I want to do this. Now you're actually starting to honor it. And because of that, the universe acknowledges it by opening up more options for you because you've opened your mind to be more receptive. That's what I have for you, Sag. All right. I pray those messages find you well, are helpful and healing. Capricorn, let's tap in. Capricorn, you could be in a whole different environment at the end of all of this. I would say like at the end of spring or something like that. Summer, could be in a different environment, different home, different homeland, different neighborhood. Okay, different neighborhood. Yeah, especially that solar eclipse in your 4th house that's coming up could definitely be bringing that in. New home, new way of feeling, more confident, more independent when it comes to matters of the home or things like that. So yeah, some of you could be getting your own place, your own space. Okay. Yeah, because some of you with this Neptune Sun conjunction at the 29th degree, you are going to be realizing how an environment has clouded your thinking, how it has been stifling maybe, how it has created illusions for you. Okay, how it has created and perpetuated fear of you being able to put yourself out there, get out there, go into the world. Okay, Tell me more. Capricorn. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Chariot on the bottom. Oh, what's the challenge? That's interesting. King of Swords in reverse. Your challenge is to not be easily influenced, period. Neptune in the 3rd house at that 29th degree could definitely be showing you where someone has had great influence over your mental and how that has created stagnancy, created a fear of exploration, a fear of getting out here and living a life that you can call your own. Okay. Guidance is the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. The bottom of the deck is the Emperor. I love that for you. It is the only major arcana and your only upright card, and it's not out. It's on the bottom of the deck. You are really birthing a silent, quiet power. Okay, with this solar eclipse, this is Aries, going to be taking place in your 4th house. Okay, and with this is like, this is mastery. Okay, and this is, I'm hearing this is, it's a quiet power now, right? This is the 4th house. This is private. This is internal. But it's going to be shown externally in your ability to assert yourself and your ability to not be manipulated. Some people don't even know they're doing this. Okay, some people don't even know that they putting their fears on you, that they have programmed you with their fears. of fear of exploration, fear of getting out of their comfort zone, fear of trying a new environment, fear of getting out of the neighborhood that you've always known. A lot. Okay? Clarify, please. Six of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Six of Wands here. Clarify the King of Swords in reverse for me. Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. Yes, it's like, it feels like, I'm just going to describe the vibe I'm getting. Feels like you could be super happy about something, right? Super optimistic, gung-ho about it. One fucking word from someone can just, I'm getting it as like a particular person. It's a particular energy. Okay, and one just trigger from it, and it's just like, oh, fuck it. I'm not excited about it anymore. I'm not optimistic about it. Just whatever. I don't even care about it. It just takes your joy. That just steals joy. That just stole your joy. That just stole your joy. You feel me? Clarify the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Cups, emotional maturity, justice, balance, and the Three of Cups. That's Libra energy as well. I like that guidance for you. I like that guidance for you. In order to get through this, I feel, Capricorn, you're going to have to stay emotionally balanced, meaning like when that trigger comes, when that person who always is like the cloud over a beautiful, sunny parade, it's going to have to be water off your back like you're a duck. Like, it's going to have to be, you're going to have to understand that this is that person's baggage. These are this person's fears that sometimes they don't even know they projecting. Okay, this can come in the form of many things. Unsolicited advice, a lot of times it comes through in that way for people giving you advice you ain't asked for. Okay, it can come through very manipulative, but in a subtle way, right? Almost convincing you that you don't want something. This is what I'm getting. Like you being so happy about something, and then like someone comes through with this pessimistic energy, and it just zaps your joy. You cannot afford that. Things are on the up and up. You're about to have a solar eclipse in the fourth house. If it's a place that you want, if it's a more emotionally safe environment, space, something, you need to be visualizing that. You need to be planting those seeds with this new moon solar eclipse that we have coming up. All right, so that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I do pray that those messages are helpful, find you well, and are healing. I butchered that. I said that all out of order, but you catch my drift, Cappy. If you're catching it at a later time, please don't forget to hit the like button. I appreciate that very much. I can't see who likes it, honestly, so I appreciate you. Okay, let's wrap with Aquarius. Aquarius, welcome in. Okay, Aquarius, you're really building your self-worth. Oh yeah, I remember studying your chart yesterday. I get this. Yeah, you have oh sorry, there was a phone call. I never know if it's a phone call, if it's cutting off the audio. Yeah, I remember studying your chart yesterday, Aquarius. It definitely feels like you have been building your self-worth, and I feel like this is purposeful in an effort to get you to be more independent. And it's not that you can't depend on other people, right, or let people help you, but you have the South Node in the 8th house. You are moving away from leaning into other people's resources in codependent ways, right? And leaning more on your own resources, your own buying power with the North Node in the 2nd house. You're building your self-worth and what you feel like you are worth. Okay, and for some of you, you're having a realization with this Sun Neptune in the 2nd house, because the Sun rules your 7th house, who is your natural opposite. In your 7th house are all of your relationships. Some of you are realizing just how influential those relationships have been, how they have influenced your self-worth and what you feel about yourself, how worthy or unworthy you feel about living a certain lifestyle, about earning a certain amount of money, about having certain things, about just so many things, about being seen. Okay, because you have this powerful Pluto Venus sextile, and Pluto rules your 10th. Okay, Venus rules your 4th and your 9th. So yeah, about Yeah, healing your self-worth about like your public image, or about, you know, allowing people to see you in a certain way. For some of you, it's in a desirable way, right? Scorpio up there in the 10th house. That's sexy. Okay? It is. And some of you might be healing that. Healing your right to feel desirable, to feel good, to feel, you know, I don't know, to put yourself out there as well. So Aquarius, I will say to you, don't be surprised if you are having endings in places where you share resources, finances, or spaces with other people. Okay? Some of you, this could be of a legal nature for some of you. As I say that, justice just came out to clarify. Thank you, Spirit. Justice, 10 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Clarify the challenge here for Aquarius, please. It's the 8 of Swords. Lovers on the bottom of the deck. Yep, that's Gemini. So yeah, some of you, you've been negatively influenced, or your, excuse me, self-esteem or self-worth has been negatively influenced by some people that you've had around you in that 7th house. Maybe even the 3rd house. Temperance is your guidance. That's Sagittarius. And 3 of Cups on the bottom. Really, really healing. Clarify the Justice card. 4 of Wands. The 9 of Cups. And the 3 of Wands. Yeah. Some of these people, okay, that maybe you've been in connection with have wanted to keep you in a state of codependency, okay, because ultimately that gives people more control, right? But I feel like for you this week, you're having a big surge in your confidence as far as like, I can do this. Like, wait, I can be more independent. I can live this life. Like, I can, you know, you're having an aha moment about what you can do for yourself. A life that you, and it's empowering. It's not like you're being left out, you know, to the wolves, you know, just solo dolo Aquarius, fuck it. Like, you know, it's an empowering, like, whoa, I like this feeling of independence. Like, wow, I can do this, you know. That's it. I just got a full chill. Like, yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. And you need to be mindful of anyone who's trying to make you feel insecure around that, right? Like, you sure? You sure you can support? Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, the fuck? You know, am I sure? You know, some people do that, man. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to trust your intuition, man, because when people do stuff like that, your intuition will put you on, like, whether someone's being genuine, like genuinely asking you, you sure you don't need any help, right? You sure? Or when somebody's really trying to try you, like, you sure you can take care of yourself? Like, you know? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, the Strength card, that's Leo, the 6 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is the challenge, the 8 of Swords. Feeling trapped by someone's lack of faith in you, or lack of belief that you could do something for yourself. So then you start questioning yourself, well, can I do it? Well, am I confident? Well, maybe they're right. You no. Hell to the no. Self note is in the 8th house. You're being asked to lean away from them. You are. Okay, especially anyone who tries to hold power or dominion over you based off of things that you all might share, or resources that you all might have together, etc. Okay, clarify the Temperance card. You have the King of Wands, you have the 4 of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. Yep, Spirit is connecting you back to your own vision. Okay, so some of you, maybe there was a period of time where you had to work in that 8th house. You had to be in partnership. You had to be, you know, there was a bit of codependency there, okay? It served its purpose. You are moving out of that, okay? And it feels like this week, 4 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, the King of Wands, there's something that you're reconnecting to, reawakening to where it's like I said, I feel like the feeling that you'll get, I feel like you need to pay attention to the feeling. It's going to be empowering. It's going to make you feel independent. It's going to make you feel like, I can do this. Like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I don't need this thing? I don't need them, so to speak. Okay, so really be mindful of when that feeling hits you this week, Aquarius, and let me know Let me know when that happens. All right, because I feel that Sun Neptune conjunction there. All right, that's what I have for you guys. I appreciate you all coming in. I appreciate those of you who have been here, who have liked the video. That stuff really, really helps. If you know anything about, growing on YouTube, child, it's all about the engagement and algorithms, and it's just the world that we live in. So I appreciate you guys helping me grow this channel, because it takes energy to come on here and to share in this way. It takes a lot of vulnerability. It takes a lot of courage, to get in front of people whom you've probably never met, people who can be very cruel, very rude. So just any reader, anyone that you are getting readings from, that you are exchanging energy with, please understand that these people who are really doing this and really true to this, like, it takes a lot, and these are gifts, these are God-given gifts that people are willingly sharing on here with all of you. So just be mindful of that, that this is just like any other line of service, and that readers and all of that should definitely be respected. Okay, and I know I'm preaching to the choir, so I appreciate those of you who you already know that and you already do that. So again, preaching to the choir, 222 while I'm saying this. I appreciate you guys. I really pray that these messages are finding you well, are helpful and healing. Happy New Year. We're going to go live for some specific spring equinox messages, Aries season messages, and essentially the new year. So that's what I have for you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Mars day, and I will catch you all in the next one. All right, bye.